Hello, everyone, and welcome to our second Warriors Group podcast. My name is Albert Ramos, realtor with the Warriors Group. And today we have my good friend and mentor, Maurice Watkins, that's going to talk to us a little bit more about who is the Warriors Group. Marine, welcome.
Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you, Albert. I appreciate it. So what is the Warriors Group? The Warriors Group, we are a group of military counseling professionals, right? And basically what we do is we advocate and educate military people on the VA loan. Right. So our mission is to educate as many people as possible and kind of teach them the process on how to go about doing things. I remember long ago when I bought my first property, I didn't feel right. Something just didn't feel right when I bought my property. And also when I sold a property, it just didn't feel right. It felt like, I didn't have the information and I felt like I was being taken advantage of. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But it felt like I was being taken advantage of. So we want to ensure that our service members aren't being taken advantage of and advocate for them.
So, it's interesting on what you're saying, right? Because basically what you're saying is that we need more education, right? Like we need more education about the VA benefits that our veterans and our active duty military rate. So what would be one piece of advice that you give to someone, a Marine or a service member that's actually looking to purchase a home in this crazy market right now?
Number one, I would say get a class from us, right? Get a class from us. Learn, right? Whether you use us or not, make sure that you learn. The piece of advice I would tell them right now is buy right now, right? Buy right now. And the reason I say that is because interest rates are still low, right? Interest rates have been going down for the last 2 or 3 years, and we don't know when they're going to go up. In fact, today, the rates have shifted. So I would say buy right now because prices are high, but rates are low, which means it's still affordable. But once the rates go up and also the prices are up, many military people are going to be priced out. So my advice to buyers right now, if you're in the military, I would say buy right now.
Okay, so let's turn the tables, right? Because there is a lot of people at PCS every year, right? That's part of our military career.
Right.
So what piece of advice would you give to active duty Marine or active duty service member that is PCS into another station or is looking to sell a home? What piece of advice would you give to them?
I would tell them, great question. I would tell them to sell right now, right? And I wouldn't say it as in a panic selling way because you don't need to panic sell because you can also rent. But right now you are getting premium prices for your house, premium prices. And we don't know how long that's gonna go. But we do know it's happening right now. So I would say right now is a great time to buy because of the interest rates. And I would say right now is a great time to sell because of the prices. So a lot of people say, hey, man, it's a seller's market. I think it's a buyer's and a seller's market because interest rates are low and sellers are getting more than asking price for their houses. So that's good for sellers as well. So I would tell the sellers or military members that are leaving, I would tell them to sell if they have enough equity in their home.
All right, so I actually have another question for you regarding that, and something that I get absolutely every single day, right? But before that, I wanna truly emphasize on what does that mean for our buyers and our sellers right now, because you mentioned something, right? That it's a buyer's and a seller's market, right?
Right.
So what that means that since the interest rates are so low, what that means is you're paying the same price that if the home would be $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 less because the interest rates are lower. If the interest rates go up, you're going to afford less house, but your interest rate is going to be higher. So that means that you're still going to be paying the same amount of mortgage every single month. So I just want to clarify something. And something that I get every single month, Maurice, is, hey, I own this home, right? I have this home right now, but I'm considering renting it out. Should I rent it or should I just sell it?
Right.
What would you say to them?
I think that's an outstanding question. I appreciate that, Albert. So I would say it's situation dependent. Depends on how much equity you have in a house, whether or not you want to leave the state or transfer somewhere else in the state. So I would say it's situationally dependent. But if you're sitting in a good position as far as equity, and what I mean by equity is how much your house is worth compared to how much you owe. So let's say I have about $200,000. Let's go with simple numbers with $100,000. So let's say I have $100,000 in equity and my mortgage every month is $3,000 a month is what I'm paying back to the bank. But I can rent it for $3,200 a month, right? So that means I have a $200 cash flow coming in every month. But if I'm going to make $100,000 if I sell, how long is it going to take me to make $100,000 if I decide to rent the house out? Now, I know some people are saying, but Maurice, the house is going to continue to appreciate over time. I'll be honest, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know whether or not the market is going to continue to do what it's doing. But what I do know is right now I'm sitting on $100,000 in equity, and it's going to take me 10 or 15 years to make that $100,000. Yeah. So for me, it's a sale.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
and I agree with you. You know,
Yeah.
100%.
Right.
Now, another thing that I get right is, you know, for those Marines that are looking to transition out of the military and are looking for a career outside, and obviously since I'm a real estate agent, Marines come up to me for advice.
Right.
You know, you're my mentor. What would you tell those Marines or those service members that are looking to get into real estate?
Okay.
What piece of advice would you give to them?
They want to get out and get into real estate, or want to kind of stay in the military and get into real estate?
Both.
Okay, so so I would tell you this: it's a great career, but it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. You know, you're gonna need knowledge. You're gonna definitely need some discipline, and you're gonna need likability. If you're not willing to knock on 50 doors a day and get 49 rejections or 50 rejections, or shake 30 hands and have 30 people tell you no, or make 300 phone calls a day and 299 of them don't answer the phone or tell you no, and willing to deal with that rejection, this is, you know, probably not the route you want to go down. And I will tell you this: if you've been on a deployment before, let's say you go on a 6-month deployment. I know when I was in the military, I went on 6-month deployments to Iraq and other places. That's what this business is like. So if you want to be uberly successful, and most, you know, military people, especially Marines and other guys I know, they females I know, they want to be really successful. So if you want to be really successful at this business, you're going to have to give some things up. All right. You might have to give up your time with your kids, your time with your wife, your time with your closest friends. You're going to have to give that up for a couple of years. So you got to ask yourself, is this worth it? Because I would tell you, I've seen literally, you know, at least 100 agents come through, and only about 10 or 15% of those people are successful. And they'll tell you the same thing. If you're not willing to work in this business, and if you want to be uber successful, this is probably not the route that you want to go, but you will have to put in a lot of work.
And you know, I could not agree with you more. And the reason why, you know, is because, you know, I think there's something out there. It's like, oh, if you're in real estate, you're gonna make money, right?
Right.
And it's only what you only make the amount of money that you put into it. You know, the amount of effort. That's what's gonna determine your amount of success. And it couldn't be any more truer than that, because I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, and I want to add to that. You know, a lot of the times, you know, you'll see the glitz and the glamour. You see guys, you know, ladies with nice dresses on, people with button-up shirts, or they may have a nice car or something like that, but there's a whole lot of work that goes behind that. You know, it's not all what you may see on social media, or what you may see when somebody pulls up, or you see somebody out or something like that. It's not exactly what you think it is. It's a lot of work involved in this business. So if you are truly looking to get into real estate, that's some of the things that you might want to think about, and take a nice inventory of yourself and your own skills, and be honest with yourself. Is this something that you can do? And if it's not, that's fine too. But it is a very tough business if you want to be uberly successful, and it's going to require a lot of your time. So.
Yeah, and one thing that I will say, right, is make sure that you reach out to somebody that's already in the game. Reach out to me, reach out to Maurice, and we will gladly give you the information that you need in order for you to start being successful. So Maurice, I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for doing this, because I know this is the information that our service member want to hear and need to hear in order for them to start buying, selling, and getting into the game. Again, my name is Albert Ramos, and you can reach me at my social media, which is going to be down here below. It's called Ramos_Capital. Ramos_Capital. Maurice, where can Marines reach you at if they have any questions?
They can reach me at Maurice the Marine Realtor Maurice the Marine Realtor on Instagram. You can reach me at Maurice Watkins on Facebook, or you can just call me at the number below, 760-207-8719, or you can email me at Maurice2Watkins@gmail.com. Thank you, Albert. I appreciate it.
Maurice, thank you for your time.
I appreciate it.